take it away.
Hi, I'm Dylan, and this is my Be Creative pitch. Use the keyboard. Right, so I was assigned a brief, and it was to create a short film that was a minimum of 5 minutes to a minimum of 10 minutes, and it had no dialogue whatsoever, and a music video with a strong narrative, which was a minimum of 5 minutes too. My target audience is 25 to 40-year-olds. I chose this target audience because it was easier to tailor content to. With the mindset I had creating this project, I wanted to go for a more darker, more psychological vibe. And I don't think 5 to 12-year-olds would have gotten that. So these are perfect for what I'm trying to create. My production team was me. It was yeah, just me on my own. I've been working with people like in groups for my previous unit, and in the times that I did work on my own, I quite enjoyed it because I had a lot more free will to do what I want without conflicting ideas and just kind of bickering on what's what. So yeah, I was the director, editor, producer and talent. Look at me go. Right, so for my research, the most important thing I had was genre and platforms. As we see here, we've got, I don't think you can read it, but it's just, this is desktop and laptop for kind of, this is platform, so this is 59% people use desktop and laptop, 29% use tablets, 22% use phone, 2% is just other kind of devices, and 84% is television. I didn't really want to use television because it's quite hard to get a unheard of short film on national TV, so I remember the next best thing, which is online, so YouTube. And this is my genre preferences. So I went with, I outsourced to the 4 most common genres on just in media in general, and with 25 to 40-year-olds and 12 to 14-year-olds, with the horror and sort of thriller vibe, it was very common with the older target audience. Alright, so my codes and conventions, I wanted to work on the importance of sound design. Because I had no dialogue in pretty much most of my productions, or my short film at least, it's important to get your sounds the way you want, because you can tell a story with, you know, soundscapes and just kind of sound effects to make the scenes you want to make believable. Next one, set dressing. I worked really hard on this. I really wanted to get my environment the way I wanted it to be, especially with my short film, because my character lives in a really, really crappy like apartment. So I wanted it to really pop and just really messy, and of course adapting to no dialogue, which is pretty much all of these things combined. Because I see it as kind of, let's say if you're blind or something, you lose one of your senses, but the rest of your senses are enhanced, I guess. So I wanted, like, you know, enhance the sound design, enhance the look of everything, and just that in general. Right, so locations. I had 3 locations that I chose in both of my productions. One was yeah, my house, my garden, and college. So my house is, I know we were told not to use it, but I didn't really have any other choice, because that was a problem with some of my planning, which is, I had a lot of locations in mind for what I wanted to use. There was the ship in Marlow. There was I was told that was kind of just kind of like a weird office area for you to live in, but the dates I wanted was unavailable because the person I was asked for, George, he couldn't make it, and it was just kind of uncomfortable for me. So yeah, but my house did just fine. It's really good because I can edit the mise en scène to my advantage, so I can make it look like just a really lowly apartment if I just use one room and decorate it with things to make it look like an apartment. So like, I put like a really crappy stove pipe in the back. I turned my sofa into a bed, just trashed the place, made the desks look like they've been used. So it's just kind of like a lived-in room. My garden is very good because at least kind of the end bit, it's all like just messy, leaves everywhere. There's like a really worn out fireplace and things like that. So that would have been good for some of my for at least a psychological aspect from when in my story, where the character goes into a really bad dream. That could be used if I pair it with the right lighting. Then there's college. Again, college was not one of the locations I had in mind because I again wanted to outsource and look for an office space because my character, even though he lives a really crap life, he has just kind of an office job, a desk job, which also appeals to my target audience research. Yeah. Brilliant. No, it's not working. Good, then. Oh, there we go. Right, so this research helped me in my planning process because it showed me who I was targeting, the locations I wanted to use, and also how it would work with my code to convention. So that paired with everything else that was really helpful with my planning, such as my storyboards. So yeah, I know who I wanted to produce the content for, the locations paired with it to create the content, and also the sort of vibe of the story. Auditions. So the audition process helped me decide who I wanted to make. I auditioned quite a few people, but I ended up going with the brilliant efforts of Joe because I don't know, he seemed right because I needed an absolute lowlife for my production. So yeah, she did it just fine. Yeah, so but can't even see the audition there, but we can just play a short snippet of it.
Hi, my name's Jane and I'm auditioning for the role of Kevin.
Yeah, so I wanted to capture a sort of, because in the scene my character works in a really crap office job and I needed him just to look really just kind of emotionless and dead inside, which Joe captures flawlessly. So yes, that is just really good for what is needed. And also, in actual filming, some changes can be made, such as lighting and camera positioning. This is an outtake of what was actually captured. So this is from one character to the other. This is what I got in the end. Many thanks, Joe. Anyway. So my editing inspirations I took from various short films and music videos. One of them was a fan-made music video for a Radiohead song. One of them was a short film which used a lot of timid and very intimidating lighting and story progression. And another one was about lucid dreaming, which is what I'm trying to tailor for my short film. And I incorporated all of these into my music videos and short film. Here's Joe, there's me in my music video. So I've incorporated some of the camera angles and lighting techniques used, so it turned out really good. My mise en scène. As you can see, this is taken from my short film. Excuse me for the stretched images, but these is what as I was talking about earlier, I littered it with just garbage and just mess to make it look like a really crappy lived-in space. So, for example, I've got like a stovepipe here. I've got filters, just crap, water bottles, plugs, just hairbrushes, just anything to make it look really messy. I did it again because there's a pizza box there. There's just crap everywhere, and that's what I wanted to capture. So it was a really good kind of just experience for set dressing, because that's kind of the first time that I've actually gone into set design. So for my first try, it's pretty good. So my feedback from peers, I asked Charlie, George and Joe to see what they think of the actual production, so they gave me the following reviews. They told me, yes, it was really good, but they could work on some things as well, which I'm going to show you now. Yeah, so improvements from F&P, here's a big graph. So mainly, stronger storylines. It was mentioned quite a lot from teachers and my friends that the narratives on my productions, especially my music video, were lacking in creativity. So I've had it, so that's just something I need to take into account for next time. Next is camera management. I got that from word of mouth. I just asked people around me what they thought of, how I was using the camera and how I was filming. They told me it was good. It was a little shaky. It was out of focus a bit, and that's something I can really focus on because I can, in my previous productions, focusing the camera and just kind of getting the shots right is difficult because I think there might be a problem with my camera because the viewfinder makes it look completely crystal clear, but on Premiere Pro it looks garbage. So yeah. Next bit was quality of editing. Because editing is my specialism, I really wanted to make sure that I had really clean cuts, nice effects and things like that. There was a scene in my music video short film, where Joe sticks his hand through a door. On one side it's dark and the other side it's light. I put that together really shabbily because I didn't really understand how masking worked, so that's something I need to learn on for the future. And the rest is just kind of pre-production and other stuff. So my script could use a bit of tuning up because there was just some kind of vague stage directions and things like that. So it's just kind of just brushing up on basics, really. Right, so my improvements for my Energy project, I wanted to work on organisation, pre-production, camera skills and time management. I was absolutely crap at managing the workload, and it really got the better of me. One, because I'm lazy. So I just need to work on my concentration and things like that. And here are my weekly blogs, proving what issues you encountered, developments you need to make, and reviewing the footage, what do you think you need to reshoot and things like that. So yeah, those are just improvements. So yeah, thanks for watching. Any questions? No?